Boom, boom. This is Kendra. Everybody, welcome back to the channel. All right, we got a bit of Soul loaded up today. So not much going on, but I did want to go ahead and do a video just to let you know they have dropped the first of the triple S immortal herbs. They're actually called holy herbs. So that's they are not offering them. You have to pay for them. They are locked behind a paywall, which is very unfortunate. But you know, it is what it is. Hopefully they'll make them free in the future. So basically it is right here. Triple S Woolly Herb chests, of course, as always, are going to be difficult to obtain. It's a set. The Thunderclap Nethervine, the 900 Begonia, and the Mountain Snow Lotus. They've already got a 900 Begonia, but that was only in the SSS. But it takes 80 to get one, and they're called Holy Herbs. Okay, so they're a little bit different. Basically, I assume that they will be transitioning them to actually being able to get them from within. Like right now, when you get the herbs, they're SS, and then you can of course take them from S to SS to SS plus, which is where I've got mine at, is SS plus. I assume that there will be a way to actually take them up to triple S, or yeah, I assume it's most likely going to be something in the cultivation or expire, or they might do something where they throw down a whole new option to do it. Okay, not exactly sure at this point. We'll have to see. If we go back to somebody who's not a triple S and look at their herbs, see we've got the S right here, and when you do, as you raise them up and increase their chart through the inspiration, you get to the point where it's eligible to be taken to SS plus. Okay, they don't go to SS; they go straight to SS plus, as near as I can tell. But it's it's a little unusual as to how they do it. So what you do get at that, you can do inspiration even more and take it up even more. So it's just basically getting to where it wants. You can take up the start levels by doing the cultivation. Reincarnate, this is the way you might want to adjust your attributes if you want to get some better attributes higher. They have multiple tiers of attributes. As you can see, but for right now, the most you can get on is SS plus. But I expect that will change, of course, as you start bringing this stuff. You start getting into SS plus rank. So I assume in the future we'll be able to take it up to triple S. That would be my assumption. The same as they've done with the actual Sawbones. As you can see, we can take them to triple S. Okay, that is done inside of the upgrade using the Phoenix Blood, as of course this is what you want to try to get as much Phoenix Blood as possible, and then you can take it to triple S. So they might introduce something, a new phase inside of there, allowing you to take it up to a triple S herb, would be my assumption. That's just what I think is most likely going to happen. I don't know. We'll have to see. But for right now, the only way to actually obtain the triple S is through paying for it. And then you get a choice after you've done that as to what you want to do. But that's the only event going on. So it's basically a new event for the immortal herbs. Actually, other than from the standard format, make sure you do your active wheel. Today's the last day. You need to get to 21. Okay, as I've said in the previous videos. They got immortal herb chest. Not too happy about this. Not going to waste all my chest just to get 20 of these immortal herb essence. You can get these through the sect of the ship and something that they're available. I don't need to spend all of my chest just to get that. If they would have thrown an actual way to get the the SS, but I would have definitely considered it, but they didn't. So this was a pass for me. And as you can see, they've got some of the stuff in here. All S stuff. I've got plenty of S herbs. That's not something that I'm lacking in. So I can make all of my teams, all the main team, and most of the supplemental characters. I think all of my subs now. So think I'm starting to work on the actual just second team fillers. I have S. It's not hard to get S herbs. It used to be, but it's not anymore. It's fairly common material now if you're doing your dailies and performing your doing the soul beast for treasure pot. Okay, if you run mortal, super, ultimate, or godly, you're going to get chests, and those chests can drop the S herbs. So you should be running these. Okay, I always, I run the advanced and super. You can usually get a super and you can always get an advanced with a ticket. It starts at intermediate. You use one ticket, you automatically get advanced. Next ticket, sometimes 50-50 you're going to get super. Okay, otherwise it might reset back to a more intermediate and then you have to do it again. So generally, but I always generally run an advanced. Okay, always if it's in the middle of running the sect race, which is right here, I will upgrade and go to super, because you need to get the ticket to get the chest reward, which has those immortal herb essence in it, which you want to get. You have to run. It has to be super or above. So when that is active, it's not active right now because the race is already over. We got 10. We were number 10 again. But I will always run that. If I don't have enough to actually get a super, I'll just purchase an ultimate. For 200, you can purchase an ultimate. You automatically get this. Okay, you click on this, you get this automatically. Okay, you click on this, you get this automatically. Unfortunately, you need to remember something about these two. You're most likely going to get attacked when you start a delivery with these. So you might not get very much reward. It's not that difficult for me. I do, and I get attacked occasionally, and sometimes I get robbed. You have 2 chances, but generally I usually make it through because I'm at 10 billion, so I have fairly decent defense. But if you're a lower level, you might not get these through. Okay, so just take that or try to do it. What I like to try to do, I don't anymore because of my level. But back early days, I would see how many people are shipping. Okay, I would see how many people were. See, like right now, there's 1 up for level 95, yeah, 480. Okay. I would not run mine if there's only like 1 on the screen. I would wait till the screen was fairly full and then stick mine in, because that way there was less chance. I had a better shot of getting through. I always offer protection. So, there's things like that. So we generally got through pretty good, the people in my sect. So it's not that big of a deal. But yeah, you might want to wait until if there's a lot of people running, so there's a less chance of you getting robbed. I don't generally rob. I do occasionally if there's a godly or one out there that I might be able to beat. I might sometimes try to rob it. I've successful a few times, but yeah, that's the best way to do it. So you should be able to get S herbs fairly easy. It's not something that's difficult. So these right here, this is an S. I can choose whichever one I want, and I have 20 of them. And then I've got this one. This is A pluses. I'll probably end up cashing those in just to check them because I don't really need them that much. But as you can see, I have 20 S's, and like I said, I've already used all my S's on my team members. So I'm not putting them on ones I don't use. So I've got 20 in the bag. So if you're running this twice, you get twice a day for free. You don't have to pay anything. You get your 2. And this immortal herb essence is in the actual sect. You get those from the chests on the speed race. So you should be doing that in this right here where they have the chest up. Over here where they're having the chest run. Okay, and then you 2 or 3. Those 5 little, there's like 4 little chests down here. 2 of those chests have those Immortal Herb Essence in it. Plus, every time you open a 10 set chest inside of the Immortal Herb, you have a chance to get this, and you will get this. You get this quite frequently. You will get this. Okay, you will get this, and you will get this. I've gotten all of this stuff numerous times. They're very generous, actually, with the chest. But I'm just waiting because they do have a large chest event where you can get some really good stuff in it. And I mean really good stuff. I mean, we're talking the good stuff. Okay, we're talking guaranteed shards for this stuff. Okay, as a reward. So I don't, I'm going to wait until that comes around. This is a special Immortal Herb event because they're introducing the SSS herbs. Of course, it's only for pay people, but they're introducing them. So this is not a normal Immortal Herb event. And I found out that that's a little bit unusual. It seems like when they have a special event tied in with a normal event, like they have the New Year's and they had Soul Bones and stuff emerged with that, the rewards for that aren't very good, which is, you think it would be the opposite. They'd have super awesome rewards, but I haven't seen that. As an option. But yeah, so I'm just going to hold on to my keys for right now, and wait for the next Immortal Herb event to roll around, and when they have a better 30-shot reward, because I do have a 30-shot. You need 300 keys, because it's 30 times 10 each, so it's 30 times 10 draws. So you need 300. Okay, so that's generally what they offer as the final reward. So I do have that. So when the next Immortal Herb event comes around, that's when I'll spend it. They'll usually have a large hunk of these, like 90 of these, but most often there will be like 30 or 40 or 50 shards of these Immortal Shards, and I've almost got some of these things made. They're not easy to make, but I'm getting there. I'll have them made pretty soon. I'm not exactly sure what I'm going to do with them once I've got them made, but as you can see, I've got 95 on the Red Sand Lotus, 65 on the Snow Worm, and 113 on the Crystal Blood. So as you can see, this is a whole set. So really just doing one would not be that fortunate. I would probably use this one because it's an attack one, so I would get some attack vector from that. But yeah, once you make all 3 of these, this would be a really powerful set. Okay? Because it's base SS plus, so it's going to have higher stats than a S made to an SS plus would, because it's a higher base. Just like an SS plus character is not as power as a triple S character, because of the base stats. Once you build it up, it's more powerful. And that's the same with this. I am pleased that they only made these to be 80 instead of 130, but you're going to see the events. And the obtaining of these to be exceedingly rare for a while, at least. As you can see, I still haven't been able to get these, and they came out with these quite some time ago. Okay, but yeah. Usually when they offer them, they're offering a specific type. You don't really normally get to choose, and if you do get to choose, it's only for like 10. So as you can see, I've been prioritizing the Crystal Blood and the HP. These are the 2 most common. This is the attack vector one, which is why it's lower, because they don't offer this very often. But one nice thing about it is the fact that it is the one offered inside of here. So I think that's why they don't offer it often inside of the actual chests available, is because they offer it through here. So they want to make you try to pull it through here. And you don't get it every time. You pretty much get these every time. This is generally once every 2 or 3 20, every 20 or 30 you usually end up pulling one of these maybe. This maybe once every 50 or so. 50 short, you might get one. You'll get like 2 or 3 of them. It's not a large number, and you definitely don't get it every time. Just like these is pretty much every time. Like 90-95% of the time, you're going to get some of this. up to 8. I've gotten 8 in one pool before. So it's common. I'll go ahead and do a pool for you, just we can just see. So it's I think 3 other baits. So as you do it, I got a red sand, so that's pretty nice. But as you can see, you get this. Took out 4 of them here. Okay, you'll get this pretty much all the time, and that's pretty lucky actually. Rare. That's nice. So it seems, but yeah, you won't get that all the time, but you will get this pretty much all the time. As you can see, nothing of interest in here, although I did get an S, which is nice. I got a feeling this chest is probably re-rated now, since the fact that they've introduced triple S immortal herbs. You might see S's and SS pluses become a little bit more prevalent. They probably adjusted the percentage rate slightly upward. Okay, so you might be able to get a little bit more out of these chests than regular. Okay, so this event has had some in it. It's only A pluses, and these I got hundreds of these. I'm not going to waste any more. Yeah, I'm not going to waste any more of these because as you can see when I showed you, I think I got a lot of these. This is not something that's difficult to get. I'm holding. I got his immortal herbs where I want them to be, but I'm going to be putting a set on Hugh when I get Hugh. Okay, so that I'm stockpiling them. That's there's a lot of stuff I can do right now that would increase my account quite nicely, but I'm holding off. Once Hugh drops, I'm going to have a spurt, and I'm going to get a lot more powerful rather quickly because I'm going to be maxing her out, maxing out her armor, maxing out her soul bones, putting on a mortal herb set that's going to be SS plus. Okay, so she's going to be pretty powerful, pretty darn fast. So we're going to see a large increase in my damage output when that happens. Clear Sky was powerful when he came out, and he was the most powerful character for a while, but power creep, you know, as they start introducing new characters, each of the new characters began to get a little bit more powerful. Okay, Clear Sky was the first event that they had for the new SS plus characters, so that's why. But he was the powerful for quite a while. Get him up to God 3, God 4, he pretty much ruled. But then after they released Asura Tang Chan, who turned out to be right here, he turned out to be roughly the same. But after that, all bets were off. Most of the characters were a little bit more powerful. Once you got him up to the same level, not meaning if they're at God 1 and he's at God 4, the God 1s, no, you had to match him. If you had 2 characters at God 4, the ones entered after Asura Tang Chan would be probably just a tad bit more powerful. Okay, and then of course, then they came out with Wu and Tang San, Sea God Tang San, not this Tang San, not past life, Sea God, which were much more powerful than Clear Sky. Okay, so yeah, that's what it was. So these 2 are more powerful. I'm keeping him in simply because I've got him fully maxed out. He does good damage and he survives. He doesn't die or anything. It's just I don't get as much damage from him as I'm going to be getting from Hugh. I'm going to be getting a ton of damage. She will be doing more damage than Evil Eye and Sea God Tang San, probably nearly combined. Okay, if she's taking down SP level characters, she's got to be doing a ton of damage, and I mean a lot of damage. So I'm expecting her to be putting out more than Evil Eye, and probably close to, if you added their damage together, she's probably doing close to that as her power outage damage. So that's what I'm thinking. Indications to be able to take down SPs as quickly as they say she does, she would have to be doing close to that much powerful. But as I've said before, the last couple of characters that they introduce in a class are the most powerful. That's why Wu and Sea God Tang San were the last 2 inside of the SS Plus class. That's why they were so powerful. They were far more powerful than that. As you can see, he's doing 11, 90, 11. He's only God 4. He's at God 5. Okay, plus his divine skill is maxed. Okay, Sea God Tang skill is not maxed. So he's got, in some ways, he's not quite the level that clear skies, but he's still doing more damage and has more BP, and that's because he's a much more powerful character. Okay, so that's what's that. So the same thing's going to happen with Hugh, and my understanding is Oscar is going to be the last triple S. So there is one more after this release. I assume it's Oscar, and then it goes to the SPs. Don't hold me to that, but I think Oscar's the last one, which is interesting. A healer. Surprising. So didn't think they would introduce 2 healers, but I'm going to wait. You know, I'm going to be focusing on Hugh, and then I'm going to be focusing on as a tank. I want to see what the first SP tank is. That's probably who I'll go with. I've got some stockpiled Def because I was, Erming was in the toss for a while there. He was coming out sometime soon. We should see Erming drop. He's a tank. So I had been stockpiling stuff because he was definitely one of the ones that I'm considering. Still is. I have to get a look at his kit and do some math. I've got enough to fully max out who, and I'm very, very close to probably have enough to max him out. But I don't want to throw my hand right now. I want to wait till Hugh's finished. Once I finish with you, then if I do have enough left over, and I have not found, there's not going to be a tank early in the SP levels, then I might go ahead and do that. My assumption is they might throw heightened levels of one of the low-level tanks. Like if you look at Hugh, she's A+, but she was like super powerful. Right here, she is right here. I'm thinking they might throw one of these tanks out. Like maybe a Tang Chin, or some, maybe using one of the younger characters in tank formats. We'll just have to wait and see. It'd be awesome if they came out with an SP Ren. I'd jump on that real fast. And then we're just waiting for the last 20 to drop. These will be available when the Erming event drops. They'll have a Soulmaster sale, and there'll be 20 shards for a Craftsman Lugao inside of there. We'll be able to snatch him up. So I'm thinking they might take one of these lower characters here and make them into new tanks. It could be a new character all completely, but they got some interesting characters out there that might be interesting. A new Dailiu, so it might be something. Juan, maybe see. We'll have to see. But yeah, they got some stuff coming out. Just have to wait and see. But so that'll be probably what I'll do with my tank. And then of course I'll be migrating the Soulbone from her and the equipment over to that, and we'll go from there. But since she's a tank, she could be second team tank, not support because she's really not designated for that. You want damage coming off your support, so she would probably be just my tank for my second team. At that point. We'll have to see. It's one of those things you have to decide when it happens. But yeah, so triple S herbs are up. Paywall right now, though. So we'll have to wait and see when they do become out. And when they do start offering them. Okay? So thanks a lot for watching. Remember to subscribe. Once you subscribe, you'll see the bell. Click on it. You get notified each time I drop a video. It's Kendrick coming at you in the corner. Signing out.